What's your impression of Penix before I let you go? Let's get a Cougar talking about a
this is really hard and has been really hard. I think he's been the best college quarterback the last 2 years.
You think so?
By far. I think if he was if you were a true evaluator of great quarterback play last year, if I was picking a quarterback in the first round, he would have been my number one guy last year.
So what is it? 2 knee injuries and a throwing shoulder and a non-throwing shoulder
against Michigan,
injury?
I think that is weighing him down a ton. And I don't like it. But there was such a polar opposite of his performance against Texas in the semifinal where he was perfect. I've never seen a quarterback be as accurate 50 yards down the field as he was. It was like he didn't throw it to him. He just put it in his arm, ran it down to Rome Odunze, and handed it to him like a relay recipient. That's how accurate he was. I've never seen a more accurate down the field passer in the last couple decades. It's been incredibly impressive. I think he does it from the pocket. He doesn't get sacked. He's an incredible leader. I don't take into consideration the injury issues back at Indiana that cost him, because we've seen the last couple of years where he's run 1,500 plays and he hasn't had a problem.
Yeah.
So I'm all in on him. I hope that someone like the mid first round or maybe even Will Levis style team jumps up and gets him at the top of the second round, or jumps in late of the first round. I heard Peter yesterday talk to you about that a little bit.
Yep.
Love Peter Schrager.
He thinks he's going the entire first round sitting at home.
I wouldn't mind that for him, but I'm like a proponent for everybody to not get drafted in the first round and go like in the beginning of the second round. And I know it costs you a lot of money, but I think Will Levis may have the best of anything from everybody last year with what he went through.
Well, it costs you money on the front end, but ask Jalen Hurts how it helped to not have a fifth-year option on him. Look at him now.
It's a good way to look at it.
You know what I mean? And Garoppolo's another top of the second round quarterback who's got some bank. Look at Kirk Cousins. I mean, look at him.
You do not wear any of those anchors of the expectation either.
Yeah.
Will Levis last year got to sit behind Ryan Tannehill, work, no expectation, and then when he was asked to come out and play, he was ready. He put in the work, 4 touchdown passes in the first opportunity he gets, wins some big games. Actually, wins maybe the biggest game in the eyes of the Miami Dolphins fans out there, because if Tennessee doesn't win that game against Miami doesn't have to go to Kansas City in the freaking freezing cold. And Miami may be in the divisional playoff round, maybe hosting Buffalo instead. Like Tennessee and Will Levis in that game was it a Thursday night game?
Yeah.
Or something like that?
It was the second Monday night game at the same time. There were 2 Monday nights. That was the night that Tommy Cutlets took care of the Packers as well. And by the way, that game was also huge for the fact that Tyreek Hill got hip drop tackled, and I don't think he was the same the rest of the year.
Yeah.
And that obviously, as you know, really hindered their offense, just to go deep on that one.
It was a great NFL season. I think I was more involved with this NFL season than I have been since I played, probably.
With Westwood one?
Just Good Morning Football.
Yeah, right.
Constantly there in New York. And then I'll give you a really good example. Howie, Sunday night football game, Minnesota hosting Green Bay. Mike Golick Sr., normally a lot of times on the Sunday night call for Westwood One, had some health issues in his family. And Ann and I were sitting at home. It's 8:30 in the morning on a New Year's Day or New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And we get a phone call. It's Howie. And he's like, 8:30. He's like, hey, could you get to Minneapolis and call this Packers-Vikings game tonight? And I'm like, I look at my wife. I'm holding the baby, feeding the baby. And she's like, we're just feeding her. Yeah. 8:30, car at 8:50, flight at 11, into Minneapolis at 1, on the field at like 5, calling Packers, Vikings. It might have been the coolest thing I've experienced, and I killed it. And I think I earned a lot of trust because I was ready to go.
Team game.
It's
a team game. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.